A popular action we saw in college basketball this season was the shallow action. And that's where an off ball player cuts underneath the ball screen. So you're going to see it right here in this double drag setup. So here's the first ball screen, the second ball screen. Now, what the second screener is going to do is cut underneath the first screener when the ball handler comes off that screen. So it creates a shallow action right here with this offensive player going underneath. Now, the first screener is going to roll right here, and you can see it creates confusion for the defense with three defenders right here in this area, which leaves a shooter wide open. And you can see this defender pointing of who has 22 right here, wide open for a wing three. Now, here's another variation of the shallow action. So you can see the down screen right here, which is a wedge action, down screen into a screen right here, side ball screen. Now we have the initial screen. Now this screener right here that set that down screen for the wedge screen is now going to go underneath right here for that shallow action. Now you have two on the ball right here with the screener who is rolling, and that leaves a shooter wide open. Now what you're going to see Alabama do here against this screen is they're going to be aggressive right here. Creighton's going to go to empty side, so there's no offense player here, into that slot ball screen with a shallow cut underneath. Now what you see is two on the ball here with the shallow cut, which is a shooter, and you can see this defender's left in a tough position right here because he has to play two with a shooter opposite right here. So the low defender is connected to a shooter. This defender is connected to a really good offense player here. A great look-off pass to the roller for a dunk. Now we see it off a very similar right here where it's a high middle ball screen. It looks like it could be a Spain action, which is the ball screen back screen, but instead it's going to be a shallow cut right here. This defender is going to tag right here. That allows the ball handler to use a skip right here. So watch it again, little skip. Now he's reading the court right here for the defense. He sees the low defender. Now he's going to explode, get downhill, and can finish with that left. Similar action again. We see that wedge screen, shallow cut underneath from Illinois again. And this allows the ball handler to go through its progressions right here into a little pivot back and one. Empty side double drag right here from West Virginia. So you can see the screen right here. This player is going to cut underneath. It creates enough confusion, and that allows the strong side to be wide open. So watch this again. So there's two on the ball right here. They're dropping. They tag. This defender's pulled in. This defender is staying connected right here to a shooter. Great spacing. He's high right there to the sideline. Wide open corner three. Now we have Alabama running that wedge action with the shallow cut we saw from Illinois. So you can see the screen across right here to now go set the ball screen. Shallow cut, so they cut right underneath right here. And you can see there's two on the ball. And the guard's able to turn the corner. So he has two options here. He can either throw the lob or he can turn the corner and score at the rim. Now Rutgers is in a 1-4 alignment right here. We see a wing ball screen, empty side. Now this offense player is going to cut underneath. You can see the setup right here. He's going to shallow cut underneath. The guard's able to turn the corner. A great hook pass to the shallow cut right here. So watch just this player right here cut underneath. His defender stays in the paint right there to take the ball handler who turns a corner, and that's a wide open three. Now Carolina right here is going to use RJ Davis as the shallow cut. So he's right here after he got off the ball. We see the dribble handoff into the follow ball screen in the middle third. He's going to cut underneath for that shallow cut. There's two on the ball. This defender right here tags the roller, but he's got to get back to RJ Davis, which means the roller is going to be wide open right here for a finish. Great pass. Now you're going to see an Iverson entry. Now watch number 0 right here, Pettiford for Auburn. So we see the ball screen coming right here, the wing ball screen. He's going to shallow cut underneath right here once he enters the ball on that Iverson cut, and that allows him to be wide open. Because you're seeing what the defense tends to do a lot on this shallow action is even on this switch right here, the defender right here that's guarding the shallow cut stays in the paint. So now there's two in the paint right here with a third tag right there. So that means the shallow cut's going to be wide open right there. A great Unselfish, one more to elite shooter right here in the corner, Miles Kelly. This is a great set right here. So we have a flip action, which is a hand back. Now they're going to turn, empty side, shallow cut right here. So you see the wing ball screen, 15 cuts underneath right here. It opens up the lob right here because there's no tag. So watch this again. Shallow cut, 2 on the ball. He's staying with the shooter initially, and then he's late on that tag with the rollers already wide open. Similar action right here. Instead of flipping it, they just go pistol action. So that's just the step-up screen right here. Now they're going to turn, and you can see we have that wing ball screen right here with the shallow cut underneath, and this side is filled right here. So with 4 on this side with the shallow cut, the ball handler can start to turn the corner. They're late on the switch. The roller looks to be open. He looks off the roller. They tag inward right here. This defender, the opposite, low defender right here, is in the restricted circle or at the dots right here. And this player, the shallow cut, is going to be wide open. So watch this again. He cuts underneath, wide open for a 3.